Mr. Zylstra. I've got my coffee. How you doing, man? Basically just gonna play with some gestures here for some possible wicked little witches. Obviously we can't make them too wicked on the live stream, but little lace bodysuits and such never hurt anyone. Well, I hope the class is not too important, Jordan. But hey, I'm glad you're here. And anyone that is not familiar with my wicked little witches, well, they're basically witches that fly around pretty much just wearing lingerie. It's just an excuse to generally design some fun, lacy things. And what's funny is, well, it's not really funny, kind of makes sense, but the women are the biggest fans of these little witches, so that's cool. But if you think about it, lingerie is kind of more for them anyway. So it makes sense. Ah, Willie, sorry, man. Yeah, I guess on Discord I announced, I was slammed with work. I did like a 12-hour day with work, so it was not gonna happen. Today will be another 12-hour day. That's why I'm doing a morning stream. So, yeah, we are super busy, so I'm basically just trying to get some stuff done so I can jump in and help the team on another project. So it happens, when you have the full-time gig. Um, especially in advertising, like you can't always predict what a client is gonna want when they're gonna want it. It gets a little hectic. Sorry, I'm currently standing up, and so I'll need to realize I don't have like a table to put my supplies on that gets high enough for when I stand. So I'll have to figure that out. For now, that's why we've got two hands, right? A little bit of water here. Yeah, I think I'd announced it like right before. It was like 45 minutes or half hour before when I was like still having meetings, and I was like, oh, okay, there's no way this is gonna happen. Bit of brush pen. I'm not gonna go crazy since this is just a little thumbnail, but you know, thumbnails are a great chance to like design and have some fun. Yeah, I would definitely agree with Mr. Jay-Z on that one. I would say it's probably a combo of how close they are to the camera and what kind of lens you're wanting to play with, right? So like a wide angle lens is going to give you more extreme perspective, right? So if a limb is coming toward you, then the end of that appendage would be much larger with a wide angle lens, versus a long lens, right, or a telephoto lens, which just kind of flattens everything, but with very little convergence or perspective. So, in which case a hand or something would not be very large. It would be more like like the actual proportion to the face. Um, and we'll show you in just a sec, because no reason we can't play with that. But and foreshortening is also where, that's probably the one place where I would say the boxes and cylinders come in handy. I don't usually say like, oh, just think of it as boxes and cylinders, because that helps for a minute and then it quickly gets more complicated than that. But it's not a bad thing to think about and consider. But we can play with something like that. Why not? Let's see here. Let's move our camera a little bit. So maybe we've got I know I've sketched similar poses, but I don't remember all the poses that I've sketched for the witches off the top of my head, so for now, I'm just gonna not worry about that. So maybe I will simplify it here. So this is where, if we have our arm coming toward us, generally I'll usually keep the deltoid, shoulder muscles there separate from the rest of the upper arm, but you don't have to initially, right? So if we think of this as a tube that's coming toward us, then we have the upper arm. It's another tube, a tapered tube generally. And then of course getting into hands is a whole other thing that I'm not sure I'll get into just now, but actually, let's turn that. I was gonna do the dorsal side of the hand there, but I think I'm gonna have her turned a bit with the hand, just so we can get that wand coming toward us. So it really is as simple as cylinders and tubes, but you would need to get into the kind of specifics of the anatomy pretty quickly if you want to make it very clear as far as what you're looking at. doing these crazy, ridiculous hats on them. It's like part of their shtick. Now this isn't extreme perspective, right? Meaning we don't, like, this is maybe a little more of like a long lens kind of a look, versus, let me get her whole gesture in there. Shit. And think about with her hair and the hat, like, I don't know if we would really get her other hand in with what I had in mind. Let's make all of this a little bigger. I want to push that perspective a little. And I feel like we would be looking down on her torso. That's why. Anyway, I was gonna demonstrate. So if we approach something with a wide angle lens, right, and I just want the head in here for scale for you, right? And if someone has their hand up toward us, of course this is going to be so foreshortened that I don't even know how much of the arm we would see unless we get kind of clever with the angle a little bit. So, more wide angle lens, right, then these things that are coming toward us, let's say the hand, would be much larger, right, because they open up and we get that extreme convergence. Hey Lana, how's it going? Right, so we'll get that more extreme convergence, which is where we'll get much more extreme perspective with the hand coming toward us, and that would be with a wide angle lens, right? And again, cylinders and tubes to understand the perspective, you know, how those things are coming toward us, versus a more long lens, right? Again, head just for perspective, would give us a much more like realistically shaped or sized hand, I guess you could say, or like actual direct proportions to the head, right? Although that's a pretty big hand, I think. It's probably about average. So, and that's what a long lens does, is it will just flatten that perspective out with much less convergence, right? Like it's not as extreme. But it's funny because we're so used to seeing stuff with that extreme perspective in art that sometimes it can look a little weird, you know, if we don't do that. And also even in photography, like I'll see stuff with a long lens and it'll be like, wow, their feet look really small, because the feet are like actually right size to the head, but then they're so much closer to us, and we're so used to that convergence, and yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you're having fun with the cartooning stuff. Willie was just asking about foreshortening limbs, so that's kind of what I was getting into. But I'm mostly just doing some little gestures. Here. But I think I'll try and knock out some kind of a brush pen piece on the next page, maybe. Always like to have these witches, riding brooms like surfboards or skateboards. So that's always kind of my thinking behind it, behind the posing. Little lingerie wearing broom surfers. Can I say, it's fun. And then I always make their brooms look like kind of like a giant squirrel mop. I don't know why. You know, the other thing that I often do also, Willie, is I'll figure out the hand. I'll place the hand first, and then figure out the rest of the arm. What's up, Archer Kel? How's it going, brother? Everyone, wish Archer Kel a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. did not sleep that great last night again, but mostly because my mind was just going and going. I'm like, oh, I want to do this for this illustration and this for this illustration, and it just wouldn't shut up. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna play with. Let's give her more of a do. And like a little hat, kind of. Some big ruffly bow thing. This is enough just for an idea. I want to do some brush pen stuff. Let's do some brush pen stuff. Let's see what we got left. Let's see. We can do something in like a half hour. Alright. Something. I don't know what yet. A bit more of our page. Kind of want to swap books actually, just because for the brush pen that watercolor paper is so nice. So let's do that. Let's see. It's Autumn's birthday present right there. Booty. All right. Let's do. It's just because it'll lift up here and I'll just get a little bit of a bowing in the page, and I don't like it, especially not when I'm trying to be precise. It's not fun. So, alright, let's get closer here for the beginning. And I'll try to remember to back out a little bit. See, where are we? also have all these creepy kind of ideas that I've been kicking around that I want to do some like little digital paintings of. Maybe we'll get into one of those Thursday night. We'll see. And yes, very occasionally I draw girls that are not elves. Imagine that. We do. Jay-Z likes to draw big-bootied space girls. And we like it when he draws big-bootied space girls. Because they make us happy. Make sure we're not getting too close to the edge of the camera yet, so out a little bit, just because sometimes certain spots just go very quick and I don't want to like get it cropped off here. Actually, I will give her. I was gonna just go right down the forearm, but I think we'll give her. Some armor. sort of. She's gonna be one of those. I've done a few where it's like these girls with, I don't know what to call them, spirit skeletons, guardian angels of death. Of course, this one has to be stream friendly, so you know, we'll work that out. No, this is just Epidemic Sound. I'd gone through and just kind of looked for like sort of soundtracky stuff, and particularly something that could work with a range of subjects, you know, whether it's sci-fi or, you know, more cyberpunk or just adventure-y shit. So yeah, I think I went through quite a few different genres on there to curate this stuff. But I liked that it sounded kind of soundtracky. So you do that, John. You will probably get blocked on YouTube or something, but you know, whatever. Apparently their guardian angels of death are helpful in many ways. A little friendly cupping being one of them. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. They're pretty damn quick on the draw with those things. And thanks for the follow, Brandon Lionhearted. We're just getting our inks on today as a nice little warm up before work, even though I'm not doing inks for work. I'm I'm going to be cranking on some digital painting, which is cool. It's super fun, actually. So, saving grace there. With the music, I actually like the phone camera quite a bit. Hey, thanks for following Chocolate Mike. Oh, yes. Good call. Oh, thanks for the stretch, Chocolate Mike. I appreciate that. Stretch that back out. Brandon, so I'm using an app called Shuttercast, I believe. I think it's either free or it's really cheap. 99 cents or $1.99 or something like that. And it basically just lets you use your phone camera as a webcam, and you don't get all the interface stuff that you would from the normal iPhone camera. So literally just have my phone plugged in to the computer, and then it comes up as a video capture device in OBS. Like if you go under video capture device, you'll see your phone pop up there. But I believe it only works on a Mac. So downside there. Autumn and I, Arthur Kell and myself, are going to be building my new PC this weekend. So I'm definitely going to have a lot of stuff to figure out, because I have everything figured out for a Mac right now in terms of live streaming. So I am going to need to find some workarounds for the PC side of things. Trying to decide what I want for her legs. And I think what we want is a kind of a little roughly. And yeah, I just have it on like a kind of a flex arm. So Hello, Zebra. Brandon, I decided to go back to a PC. I've kind of made the swap a few times, like bouncing between Mac and PC. And this time around, largely what it was I needed a machine that could do quite a bit, right? And to get a Mac that was gonna do what I needed it to do, it would cost me like $5,000. And it just, when you hit that price point, it doesn't make sense, because I could build a PC for $5,000 that would be twice as fast as the Mac that I would get at that price point. So that's where, to me, it was actually kind of a no-brainer once I started, really looking at those prices. Thus making the switch. Of course, like I said, everything I do for streaming right now is Mac-based, so I'll have to figure out a good way to stream the iPad, because right now on a Mac, that's super easy. I literally just plug my iPad in and it pops up as a video capture device. So I'll have to kind of figure that out on the PC side, like a good, reliable way to stream with the iPad, because I do like to stream with Procreate. Although the nice thing is, with the new build, I'll be able to stream Photoshop as well, so that'll be fun, I think. Because there are things that I'm like, I love Procreate, but there are things that are still just faster and easier in Photoshop. So that'll be nice to get into that stuff. Alright, it's not bad for half hour of work. Debating if I want to add like some actual like tone with the water and stuff, but I kind of like it just as is. Plus, I need to get to work. But I love warming up with ink in the morning. There's just nothing else quite like it. It really kind of gets your mind going in a way that a more forgiving medium does not. So I think there's something really fun about that. It's really quick. I'm going to swap pens. Has the same ink in it. It's just I can do nice, really fine lines this way. By the way, did Nightbot post anything at all? Damn you, Nightbot. It was working so well before. There's some links You guys can follow, you can jump on the Discord. I'll post this up there later today, so you can see a better quality version of it. Got the DL shop if you want some shirts. Normally I would stand up and show you my shirt, but I'm already standing and I can't do it. There are also some prints available. Been trying to decide what kind of new prints to add, and I'm not sure yet. But and the Discord, you can join the Discord. Hey, thanks for the follow, Hatfield. I hope we don't have any McCoys in here. There's that also while we're here, and give a very happy birthday and a follow to Mr. Arthur Kell, please. He is an awesome artist and a very, very, very dear friend of mine. All right. I think we're good for now on this. Anything else would probably get a little noodly, so there's no need. I gotta get to work, my friends, but thank you so much for joining. Is there anyone that we can raid? Is there anyone? Who's on? No one I know. That's okay. We'll raid next time. But I appreciate you joining me for these warm-ups. And yeah, that was fun. I'm not mad at it. So we'll definitely do this again soon. Yes. Try Silver Axe. Who's Silver Axe? And what is this Silver Axe doing? Silver Axe. They're doing art. Who's Silver Axe? Oh, cool. Awesome. Well, then we'll raid Silver Axe. And hopefully I'll figure out who it is. Alright, everyone. We are going to raid anyone on YouTube. Thank you for joining. Is anyone on YouTube? Yeah, Willie, Jordan. Thank you for joining. Oh, cool. Okay. And we'll see y'all next time. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow morning. If not, Thursday night. All right? Thanks, folks.